There are very few people in Western world politics who, having pursued a highly successful, distinguished career in medicine, then get involved in politics, take on a big job, and stick with it right throughout an administration. Well, our guest today has done all of those things and is now being talked about, perhaps more in American politics than ever before. I'm very pleased to be joined on GBN America by Ben Carson. Ben, thank you for joining me.
It's always a pleasure to be with you. Thank you.
No, thank you. Now, I was in Iowa last week, which I found fascinating. You know, there we had the local party were supporting DeSantis, the big money, the Kochs were backing Haley. But, hey, the grassroots turned out in the thick snow, the 40 degrees of frost, and they voted for Trump, and he won an emphatic victory. And he's kind of done it again, not the same margin, but he's kind of done it again in New Hampshire. Ben, I tell you what I can't understand. After these two really emphatic wins for Trump, and given that the next primary will be in Nikki Haley's home state of South Carolina in a month's time, and she's so far behind in the polls. I mean, none of us like to be humiliated, least of all at home. Do you understand, Ben, why she wants to stay in the race?
I think I do, actually. She wants to be there if something happens to Trump. And with all these legal issues going on, there is that potential that something could happen. So she just wants to be there to collect what needs to be collected at that time.
Right. Okay, I get the logic of that. Trump is facing 91 charges and these 4 separate cases. But I mean, that would only apply before the convention, which takes place in July, wouldn't it?
Well, she figures there may be some unknown variables that may occur. And the last thing that she would be able to tolerate is something happens to Trump and there's nobody there. So I don't think it's very good logic, but I think it's probably the logic that she's employing because there's no other good reason. By alienating a lot of people by continuing the race, she's damaging her chances for 28, and she's still young. So, I mean, she should be thinking more about the future than the present.
Yeah, no, I get that totally, as you say. If she fancies herself at 28, she might be doing herself harm. But no, I get the logic of what you're saying, and maybe that is her thinking. It just, I don't know, just strikes me as maybe being an enormous waste of time and money going through all of this. But hey, if that's what she wants to do, America is just about still a free country.